So I just say hello to you every morning, like in my mind.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
That's nice.
That's very pleasant.
Where is your mic?
Where's your webcam?
What? Where's your mic?
Where's your cam?
Where's your mic?
Where's your cam?
My cam is you don't want to see my background, believe me.
Okay. You don't want to see my mic.
You t-shirt.
Did you get your mic?
No. Leave me alone. I'll get it soon.
When?
Ron, where is your SEC cap?
Ah. Leave me alone, guys. I got enough crap.
No, my question is more important than yours.
I know.
You're trolling, but I'm actually not.
I know. I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Waiting for that.
Okay, me too.
Did you actually buy it or?
I don't want to talk about it in public.
Why do you need a mic? Why does he need a mic? He has a mic already.
No. Mitya and I are planning something.
We need Ron to have a good mic like mine, like big good mic. Ron has like a small and it's it's not working very well, you know.
So maybe you give out your mic to Ron?
No, thank you. I got my own mic.
Just pass the mic because Ron, I can't hear you. Sorry, your mic is too small.
Yeah,
maybe Mitya will share the link to his mic with Ivan because Ivan is definitely require mic.
Yeah, Ivan mic is horrible actually. Yeah.
He has a crooked mic.
Your mic is awful, Ivan.
Your mic skews to the left.
Your mic sucks.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, since we don't have any music, we could start like this every time. Okay.
I can sing something if you want.
Go ahead.
The sun, have you seen the world?
Okay, now you can stop. You can stop. I believe the saying is there's no drinking until after 7 p.m.
No.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? All right. Well, I guess on that note, we can start. Thank you for the intro. Okay. All right, guys. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 23rd weekly update. Today, we don't have that many topics, but the ones that we do have are packed with information. So as always, we're going to follow up with a Q&A, first from the participants, then from YouTube guests, and then any questions that were written into us if we have them. I'm not going to go in order today. I'll just get the basic stuff out of the way first. Right, contests. The free ton landing design contest is 2 days from completion. If you haven't had a chance to make a submission yet, please do so as soon as possible, because I want to just give you a quick reminder that the interface now doesn't show your work until after a contest is finished. So if you're waiting for the last minute, don't. You can upload your work safely right now. Can somebody turn off their mic, please? Or mute their mic? I can hear background noise. Anyway, right, so please do that. And regarding contest functionality, there's a new feature in the proposal website. For those who are making proposals, it now asks you if you want to make a contest proposal. And if you do, it asks you to enter a starting date, the duration the contest is going to last, and the number of days that you want it to be up for voting. So there's no longer a strict restriction on the number of days for voting. So that's great. Thank you very much to the interface group, Sergey, Delnara, Yevgenia, Boris, everybody. Thank you. I know how hard you work. It's really appreciated. Right. Right. Second, the Freeton positioning essay contest has 4 days left for voting. Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
I hear a buzzing noise. It's really weird. Okay, right. Freeton positioning essay contest. There's 4 days left to vote. You know, I just want to say something about the submissions. I read all of them, all 70 of them. And I know that's a lot. And guys, I am completely blown away by the talent out there. Some of the work there is absolutely remarkable. I mean, really just phenomenal. But what I want to emphasize is that as of 2 hours ago, there isn't a single vote for any of them. Now, I know this one's a toughie. It's a lot of reading. And so I hope that most of the jurors are just, you know, basically fact checking and compiling their scores and creating spreadsheets or whatever. In fact, I know that's the case. I know that several jurors are preparing their votes right now. But I also got to say, it's going to be a shitstorm if we end up with 5 or 6 votes. That's going to be beyond disrespectful. All of the jurors volunteered for this, and the results we're seeing are, to be quite frank, abysmal. I mean, there's a line that goes out the door, wraps around the corner, and stretches for a mile down the road of community members that would just love to be on that jury. So at any rate, I know I wrote it in the jury chat, and I just want to announce it here. There's a proposal being put together right now to remove jurors who refuse to do what they signed up for. And a new jury contest is coming very soon, because from the community standpoint, this is simply intolerable. So the community is going to fix it. End of story. Okay, finally, regarding contests, as I mentioned last week, ambassadors contest is also done. The voting is done as well. But just to make it logical, I propose that we wait to distribute tokens to the winners until the essay and landing design contests are also finished, so we can sort of tally all 3 at the same time and do one big distribution rather than 3 small ones. For the time being, it's just a major headache to get payments done, because we have to get all of the givers together at the same time. We have to compile the data into spreadsheets and verify the math through formulas, and then sign the transactions within the span of 1 hour. And it just gets messy. Of course, this is being worked on. It's a temporary issue, but it is the reality at the moment. So unless anyone objects, I think we just wait a few more days and then carpet bomb tokens. You know, if that's okay. And if anybody objects, like I said, you know, we can discuss it. I also just want to say thanks to the global governance members for being so diligent and voting every time we have a new proposal. They really do a fantastic job, and they respond really, really quickly. So listen, thank you guys. But the thing is, the activity is really picking up speed. We're probably going to have proposals going up for a vote on a daily basis at this point, which of course is good news because it means we're expanding. But yeah, it also means that we have to vote more often. So please just be ready for that. In other words, I'll be bothering all of you pretty regularly, you know, from this point. So thanks. And right, I think that's it for contests. I guess now we can move on to sub-governance. a major subgovernance proposal just passed last night. That's the DGO subgovernance, DGO meaning Decentralized Governance Organization. Basically, this is the group that's going to be taking us to Governance 2.0. So congratulations to everyone. We expect very big things. I know some of the things that are going on in there, and it's pretty darn awesome, really. And I guess on that note, I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to Mitya, who will say a few words about the DGO subgovernance. And then after that, he'll walk us through the update for the Magister Ludi token distribution, right? So I guess that's it for me. Mitya, if you want to take over.
Yep. Hi.
Hi.
Again. So about this, about the subgovernance, first of all, I'm very happy that it's happening. I'm not the right probably person to talk about that, but I'm the only person on this call, I think. So I will say a couple of words. Really, it's a subgovernance proposal is on the forum. Obviously, everyone had a chance to read it. And the idea is to basically run some contests that will bring us to governance 2.0 in a lightning speed. Bad analogy, but anyway, in a ton speed, right? That's better. So we hope to do that as quickly as possible. As you know, a lot of work has been done already without any contests, and the people who involved there are contributing a lot of time and effort on the platform. And as you know, you can test this platform as fully functioning right now, and there are additions that are being made to that all the time. And that the governance which will really just organize that better instead of kind of bipartisan activity. It will be now a fully functioning subgovernance activity with the transparency of internal decisions that you can all be part of. And please join. By the way, we are, the subgovernance welcomes new members. If you like to contribute, please do. Please submit yourself to the jury and so on and so forth, and contribute. That will be really awesome, because I think it's very important that we move as quickly as possible. And as just Ron mentioned before, the amount of work that the current governance will have is just I think unsustainable in long run. So we must move to the new platform, and rather soon. So that's about this subgovernance. So please join. And about the Magister Ludi token distribution, I just posted a proposal a few 40 minutes ago, I think, something like that. You can read it. It's quite short, but a little bit maybe complicated. And so I can walk you through now for this proposal. So basically, the idea is the following. We will start to distribute the locked and free stakes as according to the tables that Sergey has prepared. Now, of course, this needs to be voted for before we do that, but hopefully that will be done before next week. So let's please discuss this. So basically, the idea is that first of all, we will deploy the pools. You will deploy the pools. Winners of the proposal will deploy the pools. But these pools will be deployed using multisigs that has to be deployed in a special procedure. And this procedure will be facilitated by a debot. Let's call it Ludi debot. And this debot will ensure that you are the owner of all the custodians you want to have on this multisig. And so using the debot is a requirement. And so this debot will be rolled out probably next week. And from that, you will be able to deploy your multisig, you deploy your depool, and then to this depool we will distribute the locked stake, and to this multisig we will distribute the the governance will distribute the free part of the tokens, the vesting part, the tokens which will be vested over 12 months or 12 periods, I would say. But the first stage, the first depool that we will provide the lock state you will deploy will be only for approximately 2 months, and up to 2 months. Basically, on December 12th, we will take the lock back, the locked amount back, and you will need to deploy another depool contract. That is done so to avoid any kind of catastrophic event with this locked, which might happen because we still don't have the fully formally verified depool. And in order not to just wait for the formal verification to complete, because the formal verification itself is running in stages. So the second stage of the formal verification is closing to complete. By the way, we will publish. It's complicated, I know, but you have to bear with me a second because it's a lot of open ends. We didn't want to publish the last source code of depool, which obviously has all the bugs, hopefully all the bugs fixed. We didn't want to do that because we didn't want to release it before it passes the second stage of formal verification. Now, the second stage of formal verification is going to be finished by the next week, and but we could not start a contest for formal verification because the contest requires the source code. So we will start the contest of the second stage of formal verification next week, when we will release the code of the depool, and and then we will start deploying this depool in the network and distribute the rewards. But because we didn't finish the contest and because we didn't finish the third stage, we will do that distribution only for a limited period of time, which will enable us to finish this. Okay, so again, sorry, this is a logistics stuff. It's a hell, I know, but that's the only way. The other alternative is just wait for 2 months. We don't want to do that, I guess. So the distribution in the pools, once you are ready, will be in stages over the next month. So starting from the winners and going to the first, like the first place, and going to the last, over the course of October. And by the 12th of December, all these stakes will return to the governance, and you will meantime deploy the new depools, either the same code, or if anything will be discovered additionally during this additional phases of formal verification, then obviously the new, or any other, whatever will be discovered, any new depools. Okay, I hope I'm kind of clear. So there are two really aspects to that. First, the multi-sig that it's described in the proposal. So the multi-sig should have your keys that you were using in Magister Ludi game, and while Satoshi test, well, you pass the Satoshi test with. It has to include these keys. You can add additional keys, as many as you want, as long as this multisig deployed with the special Ludi dbot. Okay, and the instructions will be provided next week. It's easy. You will use on CLI. It's as easy as working with dbot. It's really easy. But you will have to, that this will ensure that you actually has in your possession all the seed phrases, all the private keys of all these public keys that you will use in your. So why we're doing that, that's to ensure that you didn't pass it to someone else, and this KYC that you have, or KYV that you have passed, is actually not in vain, meaning that it's actually valid still, and you're still the same person who will get the stake, the same person that passed the KYV. Okay, so that's the first thing, and the second thing is this 2 stages distribution depools. So that's to summarize. I'm finished. Thanks.
Can I ask a little question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, a little question. Do I understand well that the first stage of deploying and the distribution will be with the old code of dpools, but the process...
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
The new code will, as I said before. So next week, the new code of the DPool will be published simultaneously with the publishing a contest,
okay.
because that will be the code that already has passed the second stage of formal verification.
So the distribution starts like at the end of the next week, possibly.
Well, sometimes next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on when you guys are ready, like when all the validators or some of the validators are ready.
And during this period, the first stage will be just creating the multi-sigs according to the pool process, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, thank you. That's pretty much clear. And the second question is, can we be like 100% sure that our locked stakes, like if we are not dumb, like admins, will not be lost?
Well, the second stage of formal verification is pretty like harsh in terms of it still can have potential issues, but hopefully not. But the chances are very small. But even to eliminate these chances, that's why we actually have this mechanism of just basically a short period in which these dpools will operate.
Yeah.
So
okay.
If anything will be discovered, then it will be fixed. It can be fixed.
Yeah. Thank you for so hard work. We know that this is pretty important because this is hundreds of thousands of tokens. So yeah, thank
it's
you.
Actually hundreds of millions of tokens, just to correct.
Well, for each validator, it's hundreds of thousands. Like yeah, in the summary.
For the network, if something goes wrong, this is a catastrophic event. That's why we're actually
yeah. Thank you, Mitya. Thank you.
Sorry for complication, guys.
Mitya, could you explain, please, why don't you want to publish the source code for community to revise it and review and make sure that it is correct?
Well, next week, that's precisely what we're going to do. We're going to publish the source code, and the source code of the previous DPool is published. So if you can find any more, it's, please do. If any more bugs, it's available. Why we didn't want to publish it before? It's very simple, because we didn't want to see, because a lot of tokens, not a lot, but some tokens were distributed, right? And we didn't want to find this multisig, but this DPool operates on mainnet. Very simple, right? So before we actually quite sure that there are no more bugs in it, and that's why we didn't provide the source code before. Sorry again for that. But the risks of just for the safety of the people who and we know that because there were a lot of requests inside the validators community. We know to kind of collectively run the validator with the stakes, and I know some of them actually did that, but they did it using multisig, and that's perfectly fine. At least we know that no funds will be lost due to malfunctioning of the smart contract.
You mentioned that there is a third stage, and publishing the source code happens after the second stage is done. And the third stage, so the third stage just assumes that code is already safe, but there needs to be like something like creating special proofs or what? What is the third stage?
Yes, the first stage is more proofs on the scenarios, and some additional steps like preparing the proof itself, like for public review. And
what is probability? Easy. What is probability that the DPool is not safe after the second stage?
I'm not ready to tell this, but this process is pretty rigorous. Like it's more rigorous than any audit, and it's more rigorous than I guess most of Ethereum contracts ever in existence. But it's not 100%. It's not fully verified, meaning not all the proofs are there, and therefore there is some chance that something might go wrong. Okay, that's why it's not the final deployment.
Yeah, thanks again. It's a lot of maths.
But at least the pool source code you are going to publish, aren't you?
Next week, yeah, of course.
Also next week.
Yeah. But, no, you cannot use DPool without. How you would deploy DPool if we would not publish source code? Of course, the source code will be there.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Questions, comments? We got 19 people. I'm going to start identifying you by name and asking you to ask a question. Here's the reality. We have one question on YouTube. We have no written in questions. We're 24 minutes in. I mean, I guess we can end early if you want, but I would, since we have some time, let's make this an open discussion. So who has something to add? Who has something to ask?
Well, I think that really everyone were just concentrating on this, on the DPool distribution, waiting for that. So that's why I guess there was no material provided for additional discussions. But I'm sure there will be a lot of questions based on what was just discussed.
Yeah, I have one question for Mitya. Mitya, one question is about formal verification. There are a lot of important smart contracts in Ton Labs, and numbers of smart contracts will increase. And if you will wait for every smart contract verification procedure, I think we will be increase our community and our services very slow.
Yeah. So as you know, Serge, most of the systems are based on very few smart contracts. We know that from Ethereum, right? So there are some smart contracts that definitely need to be formally verified, and I'm definitely not the person who will say all the smart contracts need to be formally verified. But these few cornerstone smart contracts are very important, and of course, the contracts that are holding a lot of money also need to be formally verified. We are discussing with Provenda team extensively, actually, this, and once the contests will start rolling, the Provenda team has an ability to, because the Provenda is not only doing just formal verification by hand, they're also building tooling, as they explained. And a lot of tooling has been done and built over, for example, over the summer, while verifying DPool's smart contracts. And this tooling will increase the speed, and also Provenda also will increase the team, and constantly increasing the team size. So it will be faster. And also you need to remember DPool is extremely complicated smart contract. There is like, I don't know if there is any comparison to that. Maybe a lector, maybe. It's really complicated smart contracts. Most of the time, like with multisig or with tip3 smart contracts, they are not as complicated, and so their verification stage will be much shorter. Also, a lot of time, if you think that the formal verification took 3 months, of DPool of 4 months, it's not correct, because the DPool was actually written at the same time, or a lot of stuff was added at the same time. So obviously, when you didn't write the function, you cannot start even verifying that. So a lot of time Provenda did the tooling for and not verifying actual smart contracts. So it's not that the smart contract takes 4 months or 5 months to formally verify. It's not the case. So you will see that like our plan is currently that by the end of the year, we will have like tip3 verified and maybe some other contracts as well. So
yeah, but we can set another way. We can distribute open source and community can use it for our own risk. like in all another blockchain?
That's not the, well, in all other blockchain. First of all, Serge, let me count you the amount of money that was stolen from DeFi over the last 3-4 months. But the point, and by the way, this is already on top of most of the Ethereum ecosystem, where a lot of smart contracts in the Ethereum ecosystem, like ERC20 and stuff, other stuff, already have been like rigorously verified, and not verified formally, but just audited and used by many years, right? So we don't have that. So unfortunately, like, we cannot jump here.
Sergey, I am sure that all the delays and all the prolongation of process just increase the value of the network, because it's not like any other network. We can behave like in any other network. Because we are different.
You also have to take into account, Serge, that we have a very different smart contracts paradigm, right? We not, it's asynchronous, and nobody did it before. I really caution from this kind of let's do that kind of approach. If it's just testing, or it's not a lot of money, or then that's fine. But still, I think the basic contracts that the DeFi, including the DeFi ecosystem, will use, they need to be kind of solid. And
yeah, Mitya, I agree. We will not distribute Magister Ludi tokens to the pools before formal verification, but we have a lot of people in community who ready to launch some experiments for our own risk.
Please join developer experience.
Yeah, well, experiments are fine. But who stops you? Like, you can write a smart contract and do that. Oh, by the way, if you talk about tip 3 is public, and the new one is actually right now in the works. Andrew is working very hard to do that this week. As I told you, so this week we will publish all the updated tip 3 with ABI version 2. The 3 tip 3 contracts will be published, and they are on your own risk. You can use it on your own risk. It's just better architecture, but they are not audited. They're not verified. So I'm telling you now, and we will release it so you can use it. I mean,
and NFC along with UTXO, right, Mitya?
Yes, all 3 of them with updated ABI. So the fungible, non-fungible, and UTXO tokens will be published this week.
Yes, as you know, we are waiting for tip 3 all implementation.
Yes, I know.
Okay, thank you.
No, but it's again, we're just updating because the contracts were written with ABI 1, and the ABI need to be updated to 2. So there are some changes in the compiler that Andrew is doing on the on the fly. But he said he will be ready by the weekend.
Okay. Anybody else have something to add? Am I going to have to go with the 3, 2, 1 thing? Well, I'm not going to do it today because we really are moving pretty fast. There's one question from YouTube. It says, when will the Surf referral program start? I think you're referring to Surf on Board. It's not a contest. It's a proposal. So once it passed, that's it. It's on. So it started.
Wait, it's already passed, no?
Passed?
It's already passed.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm explaining because he's asking when does it start. I said it started
it's better
the minute it got passed.
It's better ask Zhenya, yeah, but he's not on the call. So
he's not on the call.
Yep.
Or you can write in the chats and it'll be answered. But I mean, it started. It passed, so technically it started. But of course, there's work to be done. So.
Can I? So we are moving to YouTube questions, but I wanted to interrupt with some pretty important updates. Just a few updates. The first update is that esports subgovernance proposal is on the forum, and please make your attention to it and comment, etc., etc. The second is that Platon team came up with 3 proposals regarding the statistics and analytics contests, and the first is geo distribution of validators on the mainnet and the visualization of it and monitoring. This is important contest for for decentralization at all. So it will just help validators know where to deploy and where to move, etc., to increase the decentralization. Like we all know that it's important. The second is the contest for analytics and visualization of staking efficiency and yield. And it just will just help see the big picture of what's going on, because we have like hundreds of validators, almost, if I remember well, 400 of validators, and the whole picture will change. We understand it, so so that's also important, and please join the discussion and participate. The third is controversial, and I'm not agree that it should be launched. But you can also put your opinion. The third is about modeling the future, like what picture will be if some portion of validators will behave like that, and some validators will behave like returning all the rewards to staking. And we just want to show the importance. Like we along with Platon want to show the importance of holding the tokens, and it will like increasing the value of network, because if you won't hold the tokens, the hypothesis is that just you will soon go out from validation. So it's for interest for all validators. But I'm not sure that it should be launched with previous two contests, because we need like it all should be precedent based, and it is also handy to like model the future, because there are a lot of variables. So I think that we will not go with this third contest, but I want to just bring your attention to participate in two previous contests. Any like coders team, programmers team, or some like everyone who want to participate, please participate. The rewards are sweet. So yeah, please join. And maybe and the third update is that I hope that we will calculate the results of contests and evaluate all the reward distribution much faster than in previous time, because one guy from our team came up with like MVP of just doing all the stuff programmatically, but because previously a few people were doing it manually, and now we are ready with a solution to like prepare all the tables, like almost all the tables automatically, just by pushing the button.
That's awesome.
So,
let's see that. That's we need that. So let's see it.
Yeah, Danil has already seen that, and he was like blown out.
Good.
And,
excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
We are continuing.
We desperately need that.
we are continuing with it, and we also like continue with the proposal just to. You know what proposal is. So we discussed it on the community org. So okay, thank you all for attention.
Thanks, Ivan. Thanks a lot. Okay, does anybody want to add to that? No? All right, we do have a couple more questions that came in. E-Ton asks, for the Ludi winner D-pool contract, does the multi-sig link to the D-pool contract, does the multi-sig linked to the D-pool contract need to be deployed with the pub key from the Ludi winners that pass KYE multi-sig? I think he's asking. Yes. So yes, it does. Yeah, you have to. Yes, it has to be exactly the same one.
Yes, yeah, but you can add additional keys as long as you use for deployment Ludi dbot, and we will explain and provide all the kind of information, maybe some video instructions. It's really easy next week when it's done.
Cool. He also asks, when's the next major validator D-pool related contest?
Haha. Can you just please let us?
Oh,
finish that?
there is actually a proposal. I just seen it today to start the next validators contest on the 10th of October, and I'm not really believe that it's possible. So, yeah, please, please comment on it and just postpone maybe. So.
Yeah, no, sure. We guys, we can't give us a break a little bit. We will definitely start the contest in October, and the contest will be related to the Rust node, Rust validator, and that will definitely happen.
It's highly anticipated.
Yes, I know, and by me as well. and this contest will be the next contest for validators.
So there you go. And final question is, will you be publishing Dbot on GitHub?
Of course,
yes.
Of course.
Well, look, we had a relatively quick update this week. We don't have any more questions coming in. And if there are no more questions from the participants, I think we can all part ways and say thank you and goodbye.
Ron, how are you doing today? I don't know if we have a little more time for one question.
Absolutely,
yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. From my side, I think it's evening for your side. Hector from Mexican community. Well, first of all, it's a pleasure for me to tell you that the Ton Mexico org website has launched a few days ago, so it's up and running now. That's pretty good. But what we are looking for right now is how to attract more people. We were thinking for a blog, maybe a forum. We don't know yet how to incorporate or how to attract. How do I
go to the Ambassadors SubGov? Are you part of the Ambassadors SubGovernance group?
Not yet, unfortunately.
Oh man, what are you doing, Hector? Hang on, I'll toss you the link.
Okay.
Hang on a sec.
No problem, Ron.
Bang, there it is.
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely, they'll help you out with everything you need.
Okay, that's very good. Thank you very much, Ron. And well, there was another well, maybe it's a little bit off topic, but regarding the promotions and the contests that you were mentioning a few minutes ago, what can we do from that in Mexico? Can we incorporate some of that, or is there a possibility? Maybe it comes back to the same topic as how to attract more people, but can we incorporate that into the Central American market, or will it be off the market?
No, of course you can. Absolutely, you can. Yeah. Look, I mean, no need to think about what you can and can we. That's the wrong question. There's no can we. You can do whatever you want. Absolutely, whatever you want.
Just wanted to jump in. The Michael Kabanov has some experience in analyzing the markets, crypto markets of different countries, and he made just for example, he made the analytics of market of Turkey maybe a year ago. So find the Michael Kabanov and
he's here on the call. He's here on the call.
Yeah, and he maybe he will just maybe will assist you with like making some like the central points like where you can like blast out the information of return, etc., and your site as well.
There's also an SMM subgovernance, and pretty soon, any day now, there's going to be a PR subgovernance that are coming out. So both of those groups are basically, so we're talking about marketing, we're talking about public relations that are going to be done, and the guys leading those are just they're masters. They know what they're doing.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, Ron.
Yeah, absolutely. So just you can PM me and I'll send you the links and that's it. You know, at Ron
Okay,
Malone.
I appreciate it. I will do it as soon as possible. And one more question, probably the $1 million question. Can we launch our own self-governments here, like the Mexican community?
Yeah, you can, of course. So again, can we? Don't add that. It's not about the can we. You can, but just understand. So in order for a subgovernance to be a subgovernance, right? And I think I mentioned this last week. it's not just creating a group and then saying, hey, we want to be a subgovernance, right? Creating a website, that's a great thing. But you really have to lay out a structure, a complete structure. You have to think it through all the way, at least for the next quarter or 2 quarters, of exactly what it is that you want to do. You have to, your community, your group has to have a few active members that are really not just, I mean, the difference between a chat group and a subgovernance is actually doing something, right?
Yeah,
a chat group, you know, I mean, you can have 1 million people saying, hey, I want to do this and I want to do that. That's a little bit different than people say, hey, listen, I came up with this idea. Here it is. I've written it out. What do I need to do to implement it? Then you think about the costs that it's going to take to make that happen.
All right.
Structure that. And again, ambassadors will help you too. They're the guys in there and gals are really good at this. And then once you have an actual proposal, one that's justifiable, now you have a subgovernance proposal, and then you put it forth, and that's it.
Okay. So
man,
yeah.
if you need some like reasonable amount of tokens just to motivate your people to help you with come up with proposal, like give me a buzz, because we are very open to contribute and you know.
Okay, thank you very much, Ivan. I will let you know. I will hit you up a personal message.
Yeah, thanks, man. Awesome. Excellent.
Perfect. So basically, just laid me out a blueprint, Ron. I appreciate it. I will work on it, and probably next week I will come up with something.
Sweet.
The blueprint is on the forum, like Korean subgovernance. You may maybe watch on the Korean.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Korean subgovernance. They just took off, man. I mean, they just took off. They're doing their own thing and they're doing it right. Working hard. And
by the way, the submission for landing page design is really needed just to be think on, because we don't know how to translate it, but I want to know what's inside, because it's really blows me out. Just
well, it's a little bit. I think it's a little. Yeah. It's a little bit easier with Spanish, of course, because you know. But yeah, that's another very important thing, Hector. Translations, like the quality of translations and how to actually. I mean, we're thinking about creating we've been talking about in the groups about creating some sort of a subgovernance that actually just deals with translations, because it's very difficult, especially when we talk about a lot of Asian.
We think to include this in administration subgovernance, which will also be responsible to calculating the contest rewards, etc.
Yeah, because right now at this point we're growing really, really quickly, and you know, we always knew that the translation thing is going to come up, but now I think it's like we're a little behind. So that's also very, very important.
Everyone who know more than 2 languages, please like show up somewhere. Just let us know that to add you in groups, appropriate groups.
Okay, so I can also help with that, with the translations and anything. Well, English and Spanish, obviously, that's the ones I'm well known for, but
yeah, that's fine. That's fine, because we like all the community just anticipates to know and to like not to monitor, just to be aware of what are going on everywhere on the earth regarding free tone. So yeah, the translation is very important.
Yeah, because basically I can look at the Korean subgovernance and go, okay, I hope everything's going well, but I don't know. And, you know, Google isn't exactly the go-to source. So
yeah, definitely not. One last thing, Roman. One last thing, Roman, before we go. Let me hold on. I wrote it down. So let's say we work on the blueprint and everything's going well, 1 2 quarters, and is there a way we can like make a fun of ideas? I mean, maybe I'm coming back to the question of can we or can we not, but can we make a fun of ideas?
A what of ideas? Sorry.
A fun of ideas, like how do I put it?
Fund or
fund of ideas? Yes. I don't know if I explained
the list of ideas to discussion or what?
Sort of like
You mean some idea management system to pop up the new great ideas or what?
Sort of it, but like I'm bringing you up like my basic ideas for the Mexican community, right? So would it be possible to integrate more ideas from the Mexican community, but also ideas from your community, as you already stated with
yeah,
the
of course,
government stuff,
that everything is done by just social communication chats, I think. So it's kind of not there is no bureaucracy here. Just show up to people, discuss something, make calls. There are a lot of internal Zoom calls I'm aware of, and the more there are the majority of calls I'm not aware of. So yeah, just reach out to people, set up the calls, discuss, and bring with some results as well. Of course,
Roman, you're on this. You're the host of this call. Do me a favor. Can you just toss Hector all of the different chat groups that are out there, all the different subgroups?
For sure.
Yeah, just and so he can just go in there and see them all. Delete the ones he doesn't. Hector, you'll just toss out the ones you don't need, and then the ones you want. Yeah. So just join everything you can, man.
Okay, perfect. So that also includes attracting IT people and PR people here for the Mexican community, right?
Everything. There's everything from PR to IT to everything else. I can't even count how many groups there are, to be honest.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you very much. So I think that's a wrap for me. Thank you for.
Thanks, Hector. All right, man. Good luck. Awesome. Good work. Thanks.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we have any more questions coming in? In what chain deploy the Ludi game multi-sig? -1 or 0?
-1.
No, wait. What question is?
I'm reading it verbatim. In what chain deploy the Ludi game multi-sig? -1 or 0? -1. Start.
You can deploy anywhere you want, but I would suggest 0 because it's just less fees.
There you go.
Well, I should go to school.
Okay. All right, guys, listen. That's it for today's weekly update. Thank you all for coming. Ivan?
Okay.
Oh, John. No. Go ahead. Sorry, John. Sorry, I did. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask something concerning to what Hector was talking about. I was trying to figure out about the ideas that are being submitted, and some of them do not go through. So I was trying to find out whether we have some kind of library or an archive of some sort, whereby we could be referencing on the ideas that were actually not implemented, but maybe they could be implemented in future. So I was just thinking, because maybe that would help him also in referencing on what the other subgroups have been doing, and see where he should move from there.
Well, it's all on the forum. They're all on the forum. So if you just go to forum.freetown.org and then choose here, let me actually go there myself right now. Right, you can go there and you can actually look for subgovernances. So right away, I'm seeing Freetown ambassador subgovernance, game subgovernance, news and blog, DeFi. They're all right there. You can go and actually read each and every single one of them, number one. And number two, Rahman, maybe send John the same thing you're going to send Hector. Just send him all the different groups that he.
For sure.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to see, because basically a lot of what's going on in Telegram is, there are the chats and everything, and a lot of decision making, and the results of that decision making is what you see on the forum. So they're interconnected, but it's all on the forum. You can literally just go and spend a few minutes and just look through each and every single one of them. Many are different, of course, but many are self-explanatory. You can also actually go to the contests website, and you can actually go to proposal. There's a drop-down menu in the top left corner that goes to all the different subgovernances, and you can go and you can actually read all of their PDFs. So you go to gov.freetown.org, right? And when you're there, Yeah, when you're there, right at the top left, it says free 10 governance, and there's a drop-down menu. Click the little arrow, and then you see Wiki subgovernance, Korean subgovernance, DeFi subgovernance, Ambassador subgovernance, SMM subgovernance. Click any one of them, right? And hang on, it's opening. Still opening. Right, and there you go. You can actually go and look at the you click on global proposals, and you will see the PDF. There's a little PDF symbol. You just click on it, and there it is. It's right there for you. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. You got it, man. All right. Is that it for us, or?
Oh, Ron, I'd like to say a couple of words.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for the invitation to the ambassador team. And also, I'd like to inform that I'm working on the strategy for Canada. That's it.
Excellent. Excellent. We need it. We had a few Canadian folks, and we need some action over there. We need some really good activity, some strong activity. So yeah, please take the lead. All right, if there's nothing else, I guess we can all say goodbye until next Tuesday, yeah?
Yep.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. Have a
Thank you
wonderful
all.
day, wonderful week.
around.
Let's get back to
Thank
work.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.